kindergarten friends. Welcome back to Miss Cindy's kindergarten reading class. Our lessons today are taken from the Tennessee Foundational Skills Curriculum Supplement. The objectives for Lesson 9 are listed here. Items we will need for today's lesson are a small crayon, possibly a work mat, 6 small cubes. We will need Play-Doh, worksheet 9.1, worksheet 9.2, and worksheet 9.3. Today's lesson focuses on environmental noises. Our next activity is listening to words. Now, yesterday we did a similar activity that was listening to musical instrument sounds. And what we did on that activity was took one big giant step for each different sound that we heard. And I played some different musical instruments. And as I did that, you took one big giant step forward. And then I had some cubes with some friends on them, some pictures of some friends. And while you took your one big step forward, I had our friends to pretend to take one step forward for each of the different sounds that we heard with the instruments. So for today's activity, it'll be similar, only today we're going to do words in a sentence. So as I say the words in a sentence, you're going to stand up and you're going to take one big giant step forward for each different word that you hear. So for each sentence, I'll say the sentence first. I'll count off how many words we're hearing. Then I'll say it again, and that time I want you to say it with me. And as you say it with me, you'll take one big giant step, and I will take our friends and let them take one big giant step for each of the words. Sound like fun? Great, let's start. Doing it with my fingers. The black cat is a friend. Ready? This time I'm going to move the cubes and you're going to take a big step. The black cat is a friend. Ready? The black, are you taking your steps? Cat is a friend. Did you take 6 big giant steps for the 6 individual words that we heard in that sentence? The black cat is a friend. What an awesome job! Let me move my friends back. You get back to your starting position and we'll do the next one. Ready? I'm going to count this one off for us. The sad cat is not black. Ready to step it off? Say it with me. The sad cat is not black. Did you take 6 giant steps forward? Terrific. I'm going to move my friends back over. Get ready for the next one. The next one. A cat sat on the rug. Ready to step it off? Let's see how many we have. You take a step, say it with me. A cat sat on the rug. Did you take 6 giant steps? Magnificent. Pull them off. Do it again. The small gray cat is glad. Ready? Ready to take your giant steps? Are you back at your position? Say it with me. The small gray cat is glad. So one person pretended to step forward for each different individual word that we heard. So the small gray cat is glad. Right, let's move them back. You all are doing fabulous with this activity. The next one. Gray and black cats are fun. Ready? Gray. Just take a step. And another step. Black cats are fun. Gray and black cats are fun. You all did marvelous on that activity. Last one. Ready for the last one? The cats are in the box. Ready? The cats are in the box. That was awesome. You all were great at taking big, giant steps for the individual words that we were hearing in those sentences. All right, I'm going to take away my mat. And for our next activity, we are going to grab a crayon. There's my crayon. And grab worksheet or activity sheet 9.1. Now, this is very similar to the activity that we just did in that we're going to be listening for individual words in a sentence. So I'm going to say a sentence, and then you should indicate how many words are in the sentence by circling a cube on this activity sheet for each word. So I'll do one as an example. You ready? So my sentence is, Mike is tall. Mike is tall. So if I wanted to circle a cube for each word in that sentence, I would say it again. Mike is tall. And then I would know that there were 1, 2, 3 words in my sentence. Mike is tall. Are you ready to try one? I'm going to wait. I'm going to let you circle them, and then I'll come back and we'll do it together. Okay, but you go ahead and try this one on your own. Ready? She laughed. Say it again. Say it with me. And draw a circle around each word that you hear. She laughed. So for that one, I would say she could read it back. She laughed. 2 words in that sentence. Did you get that one? Great. Our next sentence, this one's a little longer. You ready for a challenge? Number 3. I like hot days. I like hot days. Go ahead and circle it. I'll say it more slowly this time. Say it with me. I like hot days. Oh, wow. That was a long sentence, wasn't it? So if I wanted to circle these, I would say I like hot days. I like hot days. 4 different words in that sentence. Last one. Are you ready? The flower grew. Say it with me. Go ahead and mark. I'll say it more slowly this time. The flower grew. So if I wanted to mark mine, I would mark the flower grew. The flower grew. 3 words in that sentence. 3 words that time. Well, what a great job you did with circling those cubes to indicate our individual words. Great listening on that, kindergarten friend. Great listening. Our next activity is making circles and triangles with Play-Doh. Do you have your Play-Doh handy? I'm going to work with my Play-Doh here. I'm going to grab me my whiteboard to work on. You can put it on the table or different things. It gets easier for you to see it if I put it on this whiteboard. So I'm going to start out with my Play-Doh and get it all softened up. Once it's softened, I'm going to roll it into a ball. We did this before, didn't we? We rolled it into a ball, and then do you remember how we mashed it just a little bit and rolled it back and forth under our palm, back and forth, and made, what is it making? It's making a line. We're making a line with our Play-Doh. Rolling it back and forth, making a line. Remember we made horizontal lines and vertical lines? So this would be what? This would be a vertical line. It goes from the top of our paper to the bottom. This would be a horizontal line. And we can also, with this line, create, what is that? We create a circle. Now I have a circle. I took my 2 ends and put them together and formed a nice round circle. Now I have a circle with my Play-Doh. Can you make a circle with your Play-Doh? That's terrific. Great circle. Now I'm going to take it back apart and I'm going to make 3 different lines this time. I'm going to take there's one line. Make another line. have to be perfect. And one more line. So can you take your Play-Doh and make 3 different lines for me? Do that. You can ball it back up and make a line for each one, or you can take just one of those lines, like I did, and pull that one line apart into 3, and make them a little bigger. Great job. Do you want to guess what we're going to make now? We are going to make a triangle. We're going to make a triangle out of our Play-Doh. We're going to take these 3 lines. We're going to have one horizontal line at the bottom. Then I'm going to make these the diagonal lines. Remember we said diagonal lines were slanted lines? So this one is slanting this way. I'm going to put this one slanting this way. Now what do I have? I have a triangle. That's right. A triangle is 2 slanted lines and 1 horizontal line. So with that, we now have made a triangle from our Play-Doh. So I'm going to take my Play-Doh, ball it back into a ball, put it back in my canister so it doesn't get all dried out. And then we're going to set it aside for right now. And you can come back and let me play with that Play-Doh after we finish our lesson. Our next activity for today is drawing triangles. Now we just made one with our Play-Doh here, but now I'm going to go over to our chart tablet and I'm going to draw a triangle. And as I draw the triangle, guess what I want you to do? That's right, I want you to skywrite and trace that triangle. Holding to our elbow, pointer fingers, 2 fingers up, and I want you to trace and skywrite as I write the triangle on the chart paper. So for this, with the triangle, we will be making 3 lines. A diagonal line, a horizontal line, and another diagonal line. So let's review our position words. What is this part of our paper called? That's right, this is the top. Where would be the bottom? Can you point? Can you use your skywriting pencil to point to the bottom of the chart paper? That's right, this is the bottom of the paper. Where would be the left? So if we shake hands with our right, and the other hand is what's left, so that would be this side. That's right, this side is the left side of our paper, and this side then must be the right side of our paper. And the area in the middle is called the middle, right? So this is the middle, the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. On today's homework activity, you'll be able to color some different shapes according to where they are on the activity sheet. So that will be fun. You'll be able to show your parents that you know all these different position words. So I'm going to go ahead and I want you to have your skywriting pencil ready. Ready? Arms out, fingers. Good deal. So with this, I'm going to take my tripod grip. I'm going to start at the top of my paper, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line. I'm going to draw a diagonal line on my paper. Now I'm going to draw a horizontal line and another diagonal line, which makes a triangle. Can you say triangle? Triangle. Say it again. Triangle. Fantastic. So a triangle is 3 lines, a diagonal line, a horizontal line, and another diagonal line. That makes a triangle. Our next activity is, move my whiteboard over, is our activity sheet 9.2. And this is a review of what these look like. What do these look like? Do those look like circles? Circles made to the left. Circles made to the left. So we're going to trace this dotted circle, and it's actually a circular driveway for each of these cars. So at this house, there's a circular driveway, and we're going to start at the star. Take your pointer finger and on this first one, find your star. There's my star. Do you have your crayon ready? Or your activity sheet ready? Let's start on the star. We're going to follow this dotted line all the way around and back to the house. And that makes us a nice circle around the driveway. The next one, I'm going to start at the star. Follow that dotted line all the way around and back to the driveway. How did you do? Magnificent. Let's do our next row. Find our star. Here's my star. I'm going to follow my arrow. And follow the dotted lines around in a circle and back. And for the next one, start on my dotted line. Follow my dotted line, starting on my star. Following that dotted line around and back to the house. Back to the garage. Then my last row, I'm going to do the same thing. Find my star. I'm going to follow my dotted line. Have my car follow that dotted line around to the left. One to the left. And making, what is this? Let's say the name of this. It's a circle. Making a circle. The last one, find my dot. Having my car come around the driveway. Following the dotted lines. Making a what? That's right, a circle. Did you complete all 6 of your circles? Fabulous. Now on the back of your activity sheet, we have another activity where we can make, what kind of lines are these? If they're slanted across our page, they're called, do you remember? Diagonal lines, that's right. So we're going to start with each of our animal friends, and we're going to find their home across the page from them. Now, some of my animals are on this side, and some of my animals are on this side. But for each one, we're going to start with our animal, and we're going to trace it across to its home. Ready? Do we have our tripod grip ready? Got our fingers holding it, this finger under the bottom. So let's start with, our first picture is a mouse. So find the star beside the mouse. See our arrow? It's telling us to go this way. So we're going to take our crayon and trace this dotted line down to the hole for the mouse in the wall. Did you finish it? Great. Now we're going to look across the page. What kind of animal is this? Is that a chicken? Oh, looks like a chicken. And we need our chicken to be in the little yard there with the chicken coop, right? So we're going to start at the star. We're going to follow this arrow across to her home. Again, making, what is this line? A diagonal line. Say it again. Diagonal. Very good. Next we have a fish. Where would the fish go? Is the fish going to go in a tree? No. We're going to follow its dotted line down to the fish bowl. So find the fish, put your finger on it. There's a star right under the fish. I'm going to follow that arrow. We're going to follow this dotted line down the page into the fish bowl. Great job. Last one. Last one is a squirrel. We're going to find the star beside the squirrel. We're going to follow the squirrel to her home in the tree. Making another, what kind of line? That's right, another diagonal line. So today we've practiced circles and diagonal lines, getting us ready to make those different letters that have circles within them and that have diagonal lines within them.